What's up, guys? Sean here with Blue Ridge Silverhound, and we are fast approaching from probably one of the biggest releases in a couple of years. I would say since 2021, and that's going to be the revisited 2023 Morgan and Peace Dollar series. The first coins, I guess, will be auto debited next month in July. So we're fast approaching a deadline here. I believe it's the 17th. We'll double check the actual date in which that is going to occur. But I wanted to take some time to talk about the coins, how you're able to obtain them, and also talk a little bit about the FOMO that's happening currently in the marketplace. Because a few of the coins that I speak of are currently unavailable or sold out through the actual subscription fulfillment plan. Now, I've talked about the subscription fulfillment plan when these things first dropped. I even talked about it last year when I guess the hottest product to utilize the subscription were the PDNS quarters, the American Women quarters, and those are continuing on. Okay, no big surprise there. They're still sell out, product. They don't have any available on the date that they do drop on the US Mint website because all of the subscriptions have been filled previously. All right, so if you haven't signed up for the subscription for a lot of these coins, sadly, you're not going to be able to get them at issue price from the mint. All right, so some of you are probably going to ask yourself, well, why would I care about this? Well, I would personally care even if I weren't interested in these, because we have, for about last 2 years, have seen some pretty lackluster things coming from the US Mint. I would say the only shining beacons of success, and these are coins that not a lot of people have heavily publicized on YouTube or any other social media, are the American Women quarters, which, these programs that the US Mint releases every time one ends and a new one comes up. People are just like, they're indifferent about it. They're medium. They're mid. It's one of those things. It's like, it's hard for me to get excited because yet it's another multi-year program. But at the same token, there are the people that like collecting by design type. And that's something that, ladies and gentlemen, is simply not going to go away anytime soon. There's always going to be that amount of desirability for those type of programs. It is exciting for the people that are in it, and for the people that are not in it, it's just a thing that passes by. Another blip on the radar from the last 2 years have been a few of these very interesting metals that the U.S. Mint have released. Whether it's the U.S. Navy, whether it's the Air Force, whether it's the Marines. There's been a couple actually really cool looking metals, and they've sold out pretty well. Within, I would say, the first few days. One in particular, I believe it's the Marines version that sold out last year, that's selling for a considerable premium on the secondary market. And there's just not a lot of them out there. And that's why they carry a nice hefty price tag. But anyways, let's talk a little bit about how you could have obtained this. All right. So if you're on the US Mint website, usmint.gov, okay, we're all familiar with this place. There's a shop tab, and then you're just going to go to subscriptions. And it's to outline some of the more popular subscriptions. You'll see Morgan and Peace Dollar right here. And these, after a 1 year hiatus, are making a comeback. I think the Mint really was not sure if this was going to be implemented as a normal year-by-year release. Now, does this mean that the 2021 releases might be a little bit unique, might be something worth buying? It could be, because a few of the coins are one-off interesting releases. Now, it makes a lot more sense that the 2021s would have a little bit more secondary market, gusto, because it's the 100-year anniversary of both the Morgan and Peace Dollar, respectively. So it just really makes sense that there's going to be a heightened amount of desirability. More people will want graded coins at a perfect 70. And a few of the coins, like the Denver, which was notorious for having really bad quality control. There was a lot of mint errors on those as well. Those particular coins from the Denver Mint, which by the way were struck at the Denver Mint, are achieving unseen, unreal type price levels for perfect 70 graded coins, especially PCGS graded examples. I think they're averaging like $1,500 at the moment of this video. So here are the 2023 Morgan and Peace dollars. Okay, so when we're looking through this, and it's funny, I looked at this the other day, and the uncirculated, this uncirculated, and then let's see, no, both of the uncirculated, I believe the Morgan dollar proof showed not available. All right, now they've opened it back up to limited, which means you could go in here and order these under the subscription. You could order, I believe, up to 10 coins of those particular ones, but by no surprise, the ultra unique, I think that the one release that's going to have a lot better secondary market desirability and collectability is going to be this 2 coin reverse proof set, which are made in generally lower numbers mintage wise. When we look at this here, it's $185 for the 2 coins, and I mean, these are going to be spectacular. As I had prophesized, these are going to be incredibly desirable, very attractive looking coins, and they are produced at the San Francisco Mint, which gives it that extra bit of desirability as well, because I believe the other coins are produced at the Philadelphia Mint. So $185 is what we're looking at here. There's a mintage limit of 250,000. That seems like a lot, but as you know, they are unavailable, which means there's no more for allocation through the subscription plan, and there's unlikely to be any of them available on release day just by going onto the US Mint website and just ordering one. It's also worth mentioning that there was a pretty hefty household order limit of 5 per address. So you could be one person and you could order a number of these at the max allocated number at 5. You know, you could send them to your house, you could send them to an aunt's house, you could send them to your work. As long as you have unique, I guess, addresses, you could order max quantity for each of those addresses. You know, that's kind of a way of breaking the rules a little bit, bending it more so than breaking it. But that was kind of in its own funny way a method of curbing the rules a little bit, and especially on hotter releases like this one here. Although I will say, to the credit of a lot of people who were a little bit down on the series based off of what had happened 2 years ago, this did not go unavailable until about probably a month ago, to be honest with you. And it's been available since the holidays as a pre-sale subscription item, and they were all available. All of the Morgans and the Peace dollars of every type and every finish have been available since about November. So all of them had hung around up until about, I would say, April, and then we were beginning to see kind of like the first chips to fall. The uncirculated Morgan was the first one to go unavailable, all right, and understandably so. That particular coin actually has a very sly, like, low mintage. So if we go in here, look at the uncirculated, the singular coins, by the way, are $76, and the mintages are 275K. All right, product limit 275K. So they're like one and the same. They're they're the same. Household order limit is pretty high at 25. Some are speculating that the Philadelphia minted coinage from this year's program are going to have a drastically lower production quality, and that's why people have loaded up on these in the hopes of finding coins that could gem out at a perfect 70, or maybe there's something with maybe some mint error on it. I mean, that would make these ultra desirable. Like if you could imagine opening up one of these coins and finding one with a massive strike through or something. I don't care what it is, but if there's something on that coin that's worth mentioning from an error standpoint, that'll make these coins a little bit more desirable, and the market will be reflected as such. So there you go, $76, which is it's okay. It's an okay amount of money. It's 1 ounce of silver. So you're really buying more the numismatic value of the coin than you are the intrinsic value. So I wanted to make that perfectly clear. The other three coins, I think people are a little bit down on the peace dollar. The Morgan dollar by default is the more popular design, and that's why those generally sell out first compared to the peace. But me personally, I love the design of the peace dollar more than I do the Morgan. Okay. And this one here, same mintage for the UNC, 275K, 25 household order limit. And, again, it's going to be a really nice coin, crafted in Philadelphia. And then finally, we also have the two proof coins. We got the Morgan, which has an $80 price, which will be debited from whatever card you have saved on file on the day that it drops. Like this one is August 9th. These have a much higher mintage limit of 400,000, all the while holding on to that 25 per household order limit. And then finally, the peace dollar proof, same deal, $80, 400K, 25 here. Again, another very attractive coin that it's going to sell. These are all going to sell out eventually. But the one that we're kind of keeping a close eye on are the uncirculateds, because these are going to be the first ones that will drop. So July 13th is the date that your debit or credit card will be charged, and subsequently these items will be shipped. So it's not too late to get back on board with some of these UNC coins. I might even throw a few more into my subscription bag or whatever you call it, which I'm going to do that right after this video, because I think I only ordered one of each. I think I really wanted to do maybe 3 or 4 of each. And I think I might end up grading these, because I want to keep a number of them in my personal portfolio, I suppose. But as you can see, these coins right here are going to be the first ones to drop, which are the uncirculated finish types. So we have August on the proof, and then the 2-coin reverse proof set. These ones here will drop fall of 2023. There's no date confirmed yet as to when this will occur, but this is going to be a very attractive set, and I can't wait to get my hands on a few of these. I think I did the max allocation of 5 for this particular release. So let's figure if August is going to be for the proof, then I would factor probably these being September. Maybe October at the latest. But it should be a lot of fun. For me, it's going to be a lot of fun. For certain people, they're just going to be like, well, yeah, you could go have this product. It's not for me. And that's what it is. It's not for a lot of people. All right, so here's where the conversation of FOMO comes into play. So we had taken a look at all 5 products that they're releasing with the Morgan and Proof dollars. We do know how much the card is going to be charged when it comes game time for these to drop. So $185 for the 2-coin reverse proof set. All right, 70 some odd dollars for the UNC, and then $80 for the proof. Okay, so here's what's crazy. Let's go into coins and paper money, and all I want to do is type in 2023 Morgan silver dollar. Okay, we'll start out with the Morgan. I think the Morgan we're just going to focus on. So there are pre-sales of already graded coins for both Morgan and Peace. There are companies like Pinehurst Coins that have a really reasonable offer on Mid-State 70 early release Morgan and Peace dollars at $289 for the set, which comes out to 150 bucks. We'll just say 150. You factor in a little bit of tax and shipping and all that stuff. So 150, 145, 150 bucks. for those. Now, keep in mind, those are NGC graded coins, but they also have the PCGS ones as well. They will have the flag label, Mid-State 70, $289. All right, $289. So you see all of these listings, and those are all the top three are Pinehurst, but you'll see folks selling individual coins for much higher than that. So you're not getting a bulk deal by buying the two. You're just getting, whatever the single coin is. This one cracks me up because what they did was they took a 2021 presentation and they just photoshopped a 3 in there. All right, this is not really an actual live product. It says Carson City. They're not releasing a Carson City variant for 2023, but that's what they did. They just photoshopped a 3 into there. I think it's cheesy, but anyways, you can see that this one right here has a bid of $112.50 with 4 bids, and with nearly 2 days remaining. So I guess that's another way to look at it there. But you can see the actual raw ungraded coins. People are trying to sell them for $135. Here's another one right here for $109, $110. So the prices are all over the place, but you got to be careful, ladies and gentlemen, about what you're getting yourself into, because these are, in a sense, pre-sales. And under eBay rules, I think pre-sale items have to be delivered within 30 days of the sale of the item. So you have to be 100% careful. You don't want to necessarily say, well, heck, this vendor right here is selling them for way cheap. Therefore, I'm going to buy like 10 of them graded already. I don't have to worry about sending these off myself to a third-party grader, and I'm going to come out big. And there's also that kind of like thing in the back of our heads, like, what if the quality sucks just as badly as the Denver and New Orleans coins that released 2 years ago? Because these are coming from the Philadelphia Mint. Don't think that hasn't crossed some people's minds. So people are trying to lock in these deals from these private parties for already graded, I guess, material that are pre-sales for like this amount of money. Because if it's going to be tough to get those particular types of grades, it's just going to explode these things. The same way that the Denvers have shot up meteorically out into Never Land. And, these companies like Pinehurst and various other bullion dealers, they're going to have to eat the cost of actually grading these. And, if they came out with a much lesser quantity of Mid-State 70 pairings, then they're going to have to find some way to do that. Because, and some of you are probably going to say, well, they're pre-orders. They'll just refund the money if they can't fulfill it. They could do that, but the problem is it's a pre-sale. Okay, it's going to be more of the consumer eating the price because the pre-sale and that vendor hadn't delivered on a timely delivery process on that. What if it took 45 to 60 days from, let's say you went on there and you bought this coin today, and it took not 30 days, but it took double the amount of time. All right, per eBay's rules, you miss out. You're going to end up losing your money. This is an interesting one here. This is a full set of the unks, the proofs, and the reverse proofs, all in perfect PCGS 70 for $1,039. All right. So, yeah, I mean, the FOMO is certainly hard, but as you guys know, the coins have been, a few of them have been put back onto the US Mint website for availability. So don't be in this situation where you're grabbing these pre-sales for this amount of money. I think it's way too early to do this. I mean, I don't know if you guys recall, in 2021, after the pre-sale had occurred for all of the Morgan and Peace dollars for that year, prices shot up really high. Raw ungraded coins got up to like $500-$600. Some of them even reached $1,000. But after the coins had finally hit consumers' hands, the prices drifted down lower. It got to a point where you could have bought like a Carson City Privy Privy, Mintmark, Morgan Dollar for about $50 over issue price. People were buying them for like 120, 115 to 130 for those coins. And that was basically like 7 to 10 days after people had began receiving them physically in their hands. So again, don't FOMO out here with these. Wait until these release, they get into people's hands, and then do your thing. Because obviously, you don't want to be held in a position where you could possibly lose this money that you're going to end up tying up here. Oh, that's really cool. The 2 coin single slab set. Huh, that's really neat. I want one of those, but I'm not buying it now. I don't expect either any of you to do that as well. This is just, again, the market is ridiculous right now on these. You can see just sales of them, scores of them selling. The 2 coin reverse proof sets selling for nearly double what the issue price is. And, we are still probably a good 3 to 4 months away until that particular coin is a reality. It's still a pre-sale, and companies cannot possibly deliver on these within the eBay time period for pre-sales, okay? It's crazy that these things continually happen without any sort of intervention at all. But, it's only going to be a matter of time when things happen and, someone could get burned. Or these coins end up being turds and it's going to be really hard to get mid-state 70s. It's happened before. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about here. These Morgan-approved dollars are fast approaching. The first one's drop in a few weeks. The uncirculated, which again carry a little bit lower mintage compared to the proof. And then the 2 coin reverse proof is, of course, the big kind of like the crown jewel of this release this year. It's different, but I have the sneaky suspicion that they're going to re-release all of these coins with a 2024 date next year. So it seems to me that this is going to be a regularly scheduled program by the U.S. Mint, just based off the popularity of the classic coins that these were designed off of. So that's what I want to talk about. Hopefully you guys had fun. Would love to hear your comments. Are you guys buying some of these? Sure, I'm getting a few of them, but mostly just to have in my personal collection. There's always something about buying the first of something, because I still have a fair amount of my 2021 coins that I bought, both graded and raw. That's in my collection, and everything is appreciated on those over the course of the last 18 to 24 months. It would be stupid for me to get rid of them right now. But as you can see, it's all out there. It's all out in the open. People are not really talking about it, but we're starting a conversation here because we are just 3 weeks away from the first drop of these. So again, yeah, are you guys buying, or are you flying? Are you done? You don't want nothing to do with these. So that's it. I want to hear what you guys think. Thank you guys again for tuning in. I'm your host, Sean, with BlueRidgeSilverhound. And hopefully you guys are having a good time in the hobby and that you're enjoying it and that it's creating your escape from the daily grind. All right, that's it. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Take care.